call Joe Manchin and say thank you. Seriously. Call Kyrsten Sinema and say thank you.
GOP lawmakers, both current and former, were caught on video thanking Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema for obstructing the Democratic agenda. This was revealed by Lauren Windsor of the web show Undercurrent. Check out this video.
We have a bunch of people running around, particularly progressives, who all they want to talk about is, well, let the people's will be done. No, 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 no. We don't want the people's will to be done immediately because you have the passions of the majority that remember, our Constitution was set up to protect who? Minority rights, not the majority rights.
But the reality is they are pushing as far as they can. Fortunately for us, the filibuster is still in effect in the Senate. Without that, we would be dead meat, and this thing would be, then we'd be having a little bit more frantic discussion than we're having today. But thank goodness for Sinema and Joe Manchin.
I like it when AOC is going after Joe Manchin. Like, this is great. This is great for me. You know, it makes my job easier as a conservative because, you know, I can go to Joe Manchin or Kyrsten Sinema and be like, hey guys, you know, and I'm really sorry you're having to go through that. That's just a shame. Nobody should be treated like this. I just really thank you for standing for the country. And you know, all of you in this room, people at home on Zoom, let me tell you right now, if you want to do one thing to keep the republic afloat, call Joe Manchin's office, call Kyrsten Sinema's office, be polite, smile as you talk on the phone. You know, if you talk on the phone with a smile, your voice sounds better. You just be like, hi, I'm here to talk to Senator Joe Manchin and thank him for keeping the filibuster intact. I'm just a Republican voter from state X, doesn't matter, but I just want to say thank you. Because what's happening up here is the fact that they've decided not to blow open the filibuster, in a lot of respects, is going to save the Republic from the worst things that the left wants to do. And H.R. 1 is the tip of the iceberg.
So we just got to hold the line right now. Keeping the filibuster is a big part of that, and all the other elements that I know y'all are discussing this week.
It's a lot easier to pass giveaways than it is to take them away. Really? And everybody thinks, oh, well, you know, we'll just take them away. No, we won't. No, we won't. So please, if any of you have any thoughts about the idea that a filibuster removal, it was a good deal, and I know the previous president was for it and still is. It's a bad idea. Call Joe Manchin and say thank you. Seriously. Call Kyrsten Sinema and say thank you.
So that, of course, is just further confirmation of what we already know. That Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are basically just helping the GOP. I mean, here they are. They're laughing at Manchin and Sinema for being dumb enough to do their bidding. The audience there is. But the reality is Manchin and Sinema are working in the best interests of their corporate donors. Many of those donors, of course, that they share with Republicans. So, you know, a couple of examples of this. Recently, I covered this. Leaked audio of Senator Joe Manchin call with billionaire donors provides a rare glimpse of deal-making on filibuster and January 6th commission. Manchin urged big money donors with no labels to talk to Senator Roy Blunt about flipping his vote on the commission in order to save the filibuster. So, if you didn't catch that story, check out this video, check out the audio, or check out this article, or watch my video on this. But you had Joe Manchin caught during a Zoom meeting, basically telling these big corporate donors to convince Roy Blunt to flip his vote, so it at least appears that we are able to work with Republicans, so that Joe Manchin could keep pushing this bullshit idea that there is a bipartisan deal that we can reach on whatever issue. But of course, Manchin knows that's bullshit, but he needs plausible deniability. And for him to get that plausible deniability, he needs people like Roy Blunt to flip their votes to make it seem like that there are at least some Republicans that are going to work with Democrats, when, of course, they're not going to work with Democrats on actually doing anything substantial to help people. So, and by the way, Manchin was basically hinting at, hey, give this guy offer this guy a cushy job when he's out of politics as a way to entice him to flip his vote on this. It was so disgusting, but it's exactly what we've been talking about that goes on. We're just now seeing a lot more, leaked video and articles about this. Another example, of course, I mean, this is public knowledge. U.S. Chamber rewards Senators Manchin, Sinema for opposing Biden initiatives. When you have the U.S. Chamber of Commerce coming out publicly rewarding Manchin and Sinema for aligning with business interests along with Republicans, that tells you everything you need to know. So this video here, this secret video catching the GOP saying this stuff is just, it's what we already know, I guess, just in video form. But then just a part of that video was really incredible, where you had a GOP representative, Byron Donald, telling Republican voters to call Manchin and Sinema's office to thank them for their obstruction. So here you have, I mean, essentially Manchin and Sinema can never again claim that Democratic voters are in support of the filibuster or of their obstructing of Biden's agenda. Because you have here Republican lawmakers encouraging Republican voters to call Manchin and Sinema and pretend that, oh, you're doing a great job, you're standing up for Americans. When in reality, what they're doing, of course, is standing up for, I mean, ultimately, Republican donors and the wealthy, but standing up for Republicans. I mean, Manchin and Sinema basically are Republicans, except for, a couple of votes. All they are doing is obstructing. So this is ultimately the barrier to any progress here. As long as you have the filibuster in place, as long as you still need 60 votes to pass anything substantial, even 51 votes or 50 votes is tough to get when you have Manchin and Sinema not willing to hop on board with a lot of the stuff when it comes to budget reconciliation, then nothing is going to get done. And ultimately, this is what's going to, once again, hurt Democrats in the midterms. When Democrats have power and they don't do anything with that power, that is why they lose support. They don't lose support because they're talking about, or because someone's talking about defund the police or talking about, raising corporate tax rates or Medicare for all. Democrats lose support because they don't actually do anything with the power that they have.